So let's see, designing a game for Win32 API FASM MASM assembler. First of all, you need your bitmaps, your background bitmaps, your player 1 and 2 bitmaps, your ball bitmap, and then you need your MP3s, your shouting, your background MP3s and your various different MP3s for various collisions. The start of the code will be get module, load bitmaps, invoke win main, exit process, like this. So here we go. We would get the module handle, store it, then we get the bitmap for the background, store it in a handle, get the bitmap for the menu, store that in a handle, get the bitmap for victory screen for player 1, stick that in a handle, then you get a bitmap for victory screen of player 2. You get the player 1 bitmap, player 2 bitmap, you load your ball bitmap, you invoke win main and exit process. Pretty simple. Next, you jump to win main, where you register the class, create the window, show the window, start the loop. Then you move on to your win procedure. So on create, you create the threads for the game manager and create a thread for the paint thread. You also create your music, your MP3, you open the files and you put them into play mode. Then on paint you update screen procedure. On destroy you post quit message. On a character you've got 4 different states. You've got your intro screen, your play game, your player 1 victory screen, your player 2 victory screen. On states 3 and 4 you also want to reset the positions, reset the ball, reset the goals to 0-0 and reset anything else you like as well. On up key you're looking at player 1 keys, player 2 keys after being pressed. On key down you're looking at player 1 direction, speed and position, player 2 direction, speed, and change player procedure as well, because obviously you've got to toggle between the 2 players. And that's about it for the basic opener. So if you have a look at the, here we go, you've got your basic standard Windows procedure, where you just basically register in the class, create the window, show window, update window, then you get your start loop, and then you move on to your Windows procedure here, where you basically, when you create the window, you want to create a thread. You put your game manager offset into EAX, and obviously you create the thread for EAX. You store that in address thread 1 ID, close the handle. Then you do it for the same with paint thread, create a thread again for that, create thread 2. Then you're doing your music. You send your commands for your music. And here we go with your paint. your invoking update screen. With your destroy, you're basically quitting the application. On the car detection of a character, you then got your different game states, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Pretty simple stuff. On your up key, you're basically looking for the various keys, you know, W, A, D, stuff like that, and you're just changing the direction 0, direction 1, direction 2, direction -1. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. That's for player 1, same for player 2. If it's up, left, right, they're on your cursors keys, not your WAD, that was the previous one. Then you've got your key down information where you're changing the direction again, and you're changing the ball speed and position, or resetting it. It's pretty simple stuff. And then you've got player 2 where you're invoking the change player speed for player 2. Pretty simple stuff. And we'll go on to part 2 next time, where we have a look at some of the other routines like the collision detection and also various other things.